Why don't you tell us what we're doing today?
Today, see what they did to this floor, it's all pine, and they stained it.
This is pine?
This is pine, they stained it. And as you can see, it's had many years of torture, I guess.
Yes.
With all the moving of orchestra, band,
risers,
concerts, and musicals, and play productions. And stained, it's stained by the way, it's starting to kind of wear off, it's got a lot of scratches, now look, so what we're doing, we're stripping it all off, smoothing it out. There's about 8 billion nails in here we have to pound down.
Yep.
Right,
this sucks.
8 billion nails we have to pound down. And then we're going to put a nice new coat of stain over it and satin finish, I believe. So it's going to look good.
So where are we right now in the process, Phil? Show
Here
us.
at the very beginning. Let me show you over here. This here, we took a piece of 24 grit paper. Very, very coarse. And we just run this machine across it. Let me show you.
This is the 8-inch drum sander. Very powerful. Phil, why don't you flip up that lid so we can see exactly what's cutting into this wood here.
Now, the first thing you need to remember is you must be safe.
Oh, yes.
Forward. So I'm slipping into my harness, wrapping around myself. They got to make sure it's nice and good and tight, so that the drum doesn't take off.
All right. And drag you with it.
Two handles, and you strap it on. Oops.
This wonderful toy can be used in other activities other than drumming, as Phil has very well experimented with.
Okay. Well, this could be a little loud, so.
Well, Phil, why don't you flip up the lid so we can see what's...
Yes.
There is the heinous sandpaper. If you slid down a big long slide, you'd have no body. You would just be air. Alright, crank this baby up and we'll see what's going
Not
on.
as loud as the other one, so it's kind of nice. Ready?
Yep. Now, Phil, tell us why we're using this 8-inch drum as opposed to this one over here.
And that over there is a 12-inch drum. True, it get done a lot quicker, but that's not the Great Lanes way.
Yes.
We must make it as difficult as possible. And as you will see, as this tape goes on, that our motto is, you know, if it's easy to do, it's not, you know, it's way too easy for us to do.
If it's easy to do,
difficult.
we can't do it.
Exactly.
Why don't we show us some of these nails that we've destroyed?
You can just feel on the board.
Yeah. Here we go.
Here's a nice row. It goes from here all the way back to here.
So you can see there's little tiny holes. Basically what we're having to do is re-nail down every nail that was put into the stage. Very painstaking activities.
You can kind of see them here, the nails we haven't got.
Well, I'm sure not in this video, but they're there nonetheless.
Come from over here.
Maybe.
Catch it in the light. Right there.
Yeah.
Here's one, and there, and there, and there, and there.
I'm zooming. Oh yes, there they are. Nails to be punched in.
You're looking at death right now.
Death is on the video.
So.
Anyway, let's yeah, whatever.
Let's get along a little further and then we'll continue.
Alright. This is
Phil and Andy signing off.
signing off. Nanu Nanu.
Nanu.
Again, one day and about 30 beers later. And let Phil tell you what we've done since the last filming.
So far, we've taken that small drum that we showed previously.
Mm-hmm.
And we've stripped all the old stain off. Well, I mean, stripped most of it off. And these big gaping holes in here, we've taken this epoxy filler stuff. We've put them in the holes and let that sit overnight.
Strong stuff.
Big one right there, our back feet.
Oh my.
And what I'm about to do is now we have to take a piece of 36 grit paper and go over like spots, the area where we've 24'd.
Right. 24 meaning 24 grit.
Right. And it'll look like this.
Oh.
And then I'll take a piece of 50 grit paper and go against the grain fairly quickly.
And that will cut it down even more and get rid of the excess epoxy.
And we'll kind of, in where we're kind of level.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're going to do today.
And of course, punching more holes.
Of course, Bishop's going to be pounding down nails all day. Gotta love that. Oh, and you're going to be edging.
Oh yes.
Taking this little sanding machine around all the edges.
Where the walls are and things of that nature. Alright, well.
Hi, it's now 15 till 10 at night.
Nice.
Andy and I are now just getting ready to finish up for the evening. As you can see, like I said, we're going to 36 everything. Some places, it's easier than others, but it's all pretty well stripped. There's some spots that are a little bit more left on.
Seems like by the door, where the moisture comes in the door,
By the door,
the wood's kind of warped but never fear.
it just won't go across there. So hopefully that'll take the rest of it off.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll start to fine sand tomorrow, which should be like with the rotaries.
The rotaries. Why don't you show us the rotaries just for a preliminary find?
I'll show you the rotaries right now. This is rotary number 2. And the bag goes on down here.
Basically what this is a circle of sandpaper that rotates underneath it.
That's the name rotary.
Yes. It rotates, as a matter of fact. The purpose of this, as opposed to a drum, is that the drum leaves marks that when you're going in a circular motion, it will not leave. Am I correct?
I don't know.
Well,
Something like that.
I was just bullshitting anyway.
It was, yeah, the drum can leave marks, I guess. But this cuts all the drum marks out.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, I apologize. You're right, Andy.
Oh, imagine that.
Catch it.
Of course, this machine over here is the Bishop official piece of machinery of the evening. This is called the Edger. And it's pretty self-explanatory. You just get around the edges where it meets the wall. And I also went over here and these little ledges that come out with stairs because you can't take the big, huge machinery. Well, Vern probably could, because he's the man that we all sang to.
No way I would be able to do that.
But Phil doesn't feel comfortable, and that's understandable, because we are safe.
We are safe. That's the key word. Key thing to remember, actually.
Yes.
This whole thing. Be safe. Even if it takes us twice as long, we're going to be safe. It's Great Lanes motto.
Yeah. At any rate, we're going to quit for the evening. And what you've seen right now is probably the most physical change you'll see for a while until we actually put down the finish. But rest assured, we will be working for the next few days, hours, minutes.
We're halfway right now.
We're halfway.
The next few things, you're right, we're not going to notice as much.
So, yeah.
If you could touch it, out there, out away from the TV, if you can come in here and touch the floor, you notice the difference from now until when we get ready to put finish, because this is pretty rough.
Yep.
You get splinters from this.
Yep.
As soon as we get done ready to put the stain down, it's smooth as glass.
Right.
And that's no exaggeration.
So, for Great Lanes, this is, of course, Andrew, Boutros, Merz, Bishop, and Phil, Scooter, Fear, and half a dozen other ones. We're sorry. Alright, it's the next day, and as you can see, we've got most of the nails on one half of the stage filled, the holes anyway. This kind of gives you a much better idea at how many there actually were. Now we still have to do this side, fill all these holes over here. As you can also see, we've enlisted the help of Kyle Lane Butcher Krasinski as he is preparing to start to fill the other side by sweeping all the crap off. Phil, in the meantime, is working what we told you about yesterday, the rotary. And as you can see, he's taking a 50 grit piece of circular sandpaper and is spinning underneath this machine, and it's taking all of the excess wood filler and general drum marks out. Kyle's starting over there. And after this, we'll take the same machines and use a higher grit paper, which is 80. And after that, we use the screen, which is really smooth, makes the floor really smooth. And then we'll be done. So we're just keeping you up to date. And that's all I have to say.
See
Anything to add, Phil?
No. See ya.
Me running the rotary. Phil Merz is mixing epoxy. As you can see, there's two very large drums of death. And Phil is mixing it together in that Pepsi cup to form this incredibly strong filler that we just call epoxy, that when dries becomes harder than doom.
That was way too easy. You could have come up with something better than that.
I could have what?
You could have come up with something better than that.
Yes, but I couldn't swear. Well, I could, but...
who knows who's going to be watching tape?
Exactly.
The school board might be watching that.
That's right. I better really keep my mouth shut then, because I have lots to say.
We got a lot of things we have to confess to when we were in
No.
school.
Yeah.
Call a special school board meeting just to hear some of those things.
Yeah. Never mind all the stuff we did, just considering our opinions of some of the decisions made by our illustrious school board.
I agreed with everything they said, ask it. But
the battery flashed just now. Am I getting low here?
Anyway, tell you about the epoxy.
Okay.
What we have here is this is the A compound, that's the B compound. And the mixing ratio is 2 A's to 1 B. So in other words, 2 cups of these, 1 of those. This is the hardener.
Isn't the white stuff the activator?
That white stuff's the activator.
So where are we going to use this, Phil?
We're going to use this right here by the door. If you look right down.
Oh yeah, because that looks really terrible.
And we don't know if I wouldn't say we should patch there, because if we patch, it's just going to get all screwed up again.
Right.
So,
A patch being another board
because
that we
this is
replace.
a place where a lot of water gets in. It's not very sealed very well around there from water. So, put epoxy in, water can't damage epoxies.
Right. Well, before we run out of bad areas, let me show you what's happening over here. We've almost got the whole thing 50. I have just a little more right in there. What Kyle's doing is going with the grain on a 80 grit paper. Now after we get the whole stage 80, we will 120, then we will screen, and then be done. And there's Kyle, looking mighty nasty. Mighty nasty. Doing circus tricks with the rotor. Anyway.
Goodbye. Well, let me tell you, fill you in what's going on now. We've got the whole floor screened, cleaned. And in just a few moments, we'll be applying the stain. I guess they want a really dark stain. So, here's the final product. Before stain. And finish. Now compare that to when we first started. I think you'll see a change.
We are the men. There's no doubt about it. We are, as we've started to stain. Phil's over here. And our official closer, the man of all men, Vern.
Hey!
It's Smiley to the rescue. Anyway, this is going to take a while, as you can see, but we're plodding along. Phil's screwing up, I'm sure, somehow. Anyway, more later. Phil once again.
Well, we're done staining it.
But the,
Hey, hold on a second. Keep it. Turn it. So anyway, we're done staining. As you can see, it looks pretty black.
Very dark stain they wanted.
Really dark stain.
Vern had to travel across the country to find the stain.
Yes. Tell us something about the stain.
Tell us about the stain, Vern.
well, it's an oil-based stain.
That's it?
That's it. It's not based stain.
The word from the...
Well, I didn't get the stain I wanted.
What happened to that stain?
I wanted to use a stain that we could put on with a buffer and just buff it in. But when I ordered it, they didn't have the dark color in stock and said it would be approximately another week and a half before we could get it. So we ended up using this stuff right here.
Vern said to hell with it, like any man would.
Now this finish that we're going to use, I have a question.
Phil has a...
What kind of finish? Is it a satin or is it a
Water-based satin.
water-based satin?
This is what they put on the floor at Phil Merz's house, which I helped install a little bit.
Water-based satin.
Mm-hmm.
Not the stain, no.
No. The finish. The stain and the finish are two different things. At any rate, we have to let this sit for how long, Vern?
48 hours.
48 hours before we can start putting the finish on top of the varnish.
And as you can see, I'm not standing on the floor.
No. Phil is standing on a contraption that we never did really quite figure out what it was.
It's like the foul lights for the stage.
Yes, I came up with that one. They're the stage foul lights.
Foul lights for the stage.
Forgot to leave a corner and put your name on it.
Oh, shit!
Yeah, you get something white and write it on there.
Yeah, we'll get some kind of white grease pencil or something.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll get Carrie Lindstrom out down here to write it in calligraphy or something.
Sounds good.
At any rate, we haven't eaten today.
Yeah, what time is it? What time is it? 10 after 4 and we haven't eaten yet today.
So food will be adjusted soon.
Yes.
But we will video again once the satin water-based finish goes on. This is Andrew Bishop.